Hello and welcome to my Valentine's episode of SHY YETI on Location. I'm not sure where we're going on location yet, but it should be a very heart-shaped location. Oh yes indeed. Blue-eyed lover, green-eyed freak. Such a blue-eyed lover, my green-eyed freak, gets so darn jealous he cannot speak. His eyelids twitch, his knuckles crack, entombed within his flasher-mack. Face taking on a growly leer, all fluffy love, swift disappear. Not say a word, just stand and hiss, quite immune to my lover's kiss. Quite unmoved by gentle hugs, or home-cooked food or Class A drugs. Solid, staring, statue still. It's possible he's kinda ill. Blue-eyed lover, green-eyed fool, about to snap, yet icy cool. Blue-eyed lover, green-eyed freak, how much I love your jealous streak. You know what, they often say music is the food of love. I just think that food is the food of love, really. Hello, little cupcake. Oh, you're so beautiful. I do love you. I do love you. I'll look after you. I will. Yeah. Next poem's called Hopeless Romantic. I'm a hopeless romantic, say of me what you will. I get myself all loved up, then move in for the kill, but then I trip on the step or maybe fall on my face. Makes me late for my date, and they're gone without trace. I'm a hopeless romantic, see my motives are sound, but my best good intentions are then dashed to the ground. Shall I set out to wow, shall I plot an affair? My failed plans are all met by a very hard stare. I'm a hopeless romantic, no I can't get it right. If I try to seduce, I just choose the wrong night. When you're watching TV or you're baking a cake, I'm always primed up for love, then your head starts to ache. I'm a hopeless romantic, it is hard to ignore, but I try really hard, I don't find it a chore. No, I thrill at the game, buy a floral bouquet, then present them, yet flounder with nothing to say. I'm a hopeless romantic, there's no going back. I have all the worst traits, there is nothing I lack. If I gave up on romance, do you think you would cope? Never a hopeless romantic, just a romantic lost of hope. Due to a decision that's out of my hands, I'm afraid that this episode there's no Yeti dancing. None at all. But should you wish to start a petition to bring back the Yeti dancing, then who knows, you might change the minds of the powers that be. Well, I wish you luck. I bought these roses for the person I love most in all of the world. Yeah, they're mine. I believe that you have a question for me about my poem, Why Agnes You're Lovely.
Yes, indeed. I've studied the poem in some depth,
Yes.
And it would be quite interesting just to know just a little bit about Agnes. Was she a sort of a childhood sweetheart of yours?
Well, I wouldn't say sweetheart, no. The next poem is from my collection, Poems to Make Bears Growl. This poem is called Why Agnes You're Lovely. Why Agnes You're Lovely, you make my heart melt with your Oxfam lapels and your dead snazzy belt, with your corduroy slacks and your sinister leer, with your love of the blues and a six-pack of beer. Oh, your glasses are old and your hair is dyed blue. You look kind of spaced out because you've been sniffing glue. Why, Agnes, you're gorgeous. Please don't change your shape with your cheap doily knickers still held up with tape, with your cute fuzzy love and your Polaroid grin. I especially like that your legs are so thin. I adore your balloons and your nice Covent buns, though I try to forget your obsession with guns. Why, Agnes, you're splendid. I love your tattoos, how they cover your face and your clothes and your shoes. Yes, your hobbies are knitting and torturing flies, which you microwave crisply and cook into pies. You wink at policemen. One day you will pull You're truly a marvel. You live life to the full. Why, Agnes, you're super. Will you one day be mine? Now your bank robbing ways are at last in decline. Now your punk rocking days have at last reached a peak. Whilst your chances of knighthood would appear to be bleak. I don't want anyone else. We're both out of our tree in our own padded cell. Yes, just Agnes and me.
Does she exist?
No.
Is she like the Yeti?
No, she's not like the Yeti.
The Yeti that doesn't exist.
The Yeti does exist.
Okay.
Rawr, rawr. See?
Okay.
There he was. Just going past in the background.
Okay.
Ah, hello. I'm going to read some more poems. You just caught me during my lunch break, so just bear with me. I was only joking. I don't really love myself. They're not really for me. They're for you, viewer, because I love you and I really care for you and I really want you to have these flowers. Have these flowers. Go on, eat them. Eat the flowers. This poem is called A Learning Experience. According to you, our relationship wasn't a mistake. It was a learning experience. I understand now. I misunderstood. What's more, neither were you an egotistical misogynist. You were an enthusiast of modern sexual attitudes. You didn't have affairs behind my back. You proactively sought out a relationship comparison. I see now, you were misunderstood. When you left me broken-hearted and ran off with one of your mistresses, in actual fact you liberated me from my emotional constraints. And apparently you weren't a compulsive gambler, but flaunted chance in a competitive environment. You were misunderstood. Sorry, that's my learning experience. I should have realised. Should have seen that really you weren't an alcoholic, a wife-beater, but an excessive imbiber of the grape. A strict marital disciplinarian. You didn't defraud that old lady, but manipulated her perception of the give-take role in society. You were misunderstood. Not a lazy person at all, just differently motivated from the rest of us. You didn't kick my cat, you just had negative feline impact. Perhaps I should have done the same to you. Still, I don't hate you for it. I merely have adverse emotional realism, and I feel it intensely. You say I misunderstood. Perhaps, but forgive me. I look at it this way. You truly were the biggest learning experience of my life. Do love the cupcake so very much. But I can be trusted to look after it. I honestly can. I can. Well, I hope you enjoyed my Valentine's episode. That's all we've got time for. I'll see you again soon, and I love you dearly and I want to marry you. So let's go and do it, shall we? Okay. Such a blue-eyed lover, my green-eyed freak. Gets so darn jealous he cannot speak. His eyelids. You didn't kick my cat, you just had feline. You didn't kick my cat, you just had negative. Why, Agnes, you're lovely. You make my heart melt with your Oxfam lapels and your dad. Your dad. I love him. Oh. Don't you worry, you'll be safe with Uncle Paul. Oh yes.